Money, 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 money. So money is such a funny topic. People love to talk about money or people don't want to talk about money. I'm not sure what camp you fall in, but I used to not like to talk about money, but I love talking about money now. First of all, I'm Alicia Soikawa, the Empowered Woman, and I apologize for my voice. I have this yucky crud that I think a lot of people are carrying around into the new year, but it's not stopping me. I'm going to keep filming and doing my videos, but money is really currency, right? And currency, think about that word current. And the biggest thing I want to talk about today is why money is energy and how you can let it flow abundantly. And if your question, there is a secret to attracting more money. And that's not just, dreaming about it or playing the lottery or manifesting. It's about not holding on to it so tight so that you can actually let it flow free like the current of a river. It's more now that we're not using cash, paper as much anymore. It's more visible in our minds that it is energy because we're, doing ACHs and wires and transferring money through Venmo and PayPal. So a lot of people are seeing now, we used to write checks out, we used to have cash, and not that those things are not viable anymore. I just think that now people can actually feel that it is truly energy. And it's so important to treat money like energy, and how you attract more money is by letting yourself free and understand that it's truly abundant in the world. And I know there's a lot of people that are struggling right now, and there's a lot of going on in the world, but on the flip side, on what you focus on, there's super abundance in the world as well. And so the purpose of this video today is to break down why I believe money is a currency and how I can help you with my thoughts and show you from personal experience how I believe that you can block your abundance and you don't even realize you're doing it. And a lot of agents, a lot of realtors, a lot of moms, a lot of young small business people tend to do this because they're so freaked out because you're doing it operating, you're cranking, you're trying to mind your budget, and you're really trying to keep all your expenses super low. And so you kind of come from a place of a super scarcity because that's how you have to operate to run when you first starting a business. You do have to run on a shoestring budget, but I'm telling you right now, there's another way. Okay, so stay with me here. So I'm gonna just tell you about if you've ever felt stuck financially, which a lot of people go through this process. I certainly did, where you feel like you're just on this wheel, like you're working, selling houses. I just need to sell one more house, or I just need to do this one more thing, and I'll have more money to donate. I'll have more money to go on a vacation. I'll have money then to do the things I want to do. It's always, if I get this or when this happens, then it will happen. And what I found is that the more free you are about certain things in life, meaning book the trip, go on the vacation, be mindful, of course, and don't put everything on a credit card. That's not what I'm trying to say. I think people have to understand what I'm trying to say here. If you've worked really hard, understand that the energy will be there, that the money will be there. You have to do the actions. If you're doing all the leading indicators, meaning if you're selling, doing your calls, following up, and you have deals in the pipeline, it's going to come. Don't fear going away. There's actually a funny saying for us realtors out there and business people that as soon as you book or plan a vacation or as soon as you take off, it's almost like you release it. All of your clients will call you, like guaranteed. As soon as you go on a trip, pretty much 100% of the time I've gone away, someone from work has called me saying, I want this house, I want to see this house, I want to sell my house. It fascinates me. It's like almost like a release because you're holding on so tight. It's super hard to have money when you're holding on tight. So what happens you're holding on tight is that it really is translating to fear. That's why we hold on, because we have that fear. And fear is what we're trying to control. And fear means that we're scared of uncertainty. And that means that we're going to create stagnation in our life because when you feel you kind of get locked up and hold tight, you don't release and let it flow. So the way to let things flow and multiply is to relax. It's kind of like even when you breathe through things, you can actually get so much more in life instead of having anxiety about things, right? So the key thing is this: if money is energy and is a tool and flows like electricity, you have to be able to let it move. Otherwise you're blocking it and more is not going to come. And when you have that scarce mindset, number two, scarcity is going to block abundance as well. So you don't want to hoard. Yes, you want to save. That makes sense. But if you're hoarding and never doing the things you need to do to grow your business, if you're not investing in yourself and growing in your business, then you're also going to block your abundance, meaning the wealth coming to you. If you allow the flow to happen, it will create more and more wealth. It is fascinating to me. The more I've invested in my personal growth whenever I buy a book. I don't even blink now when I buy a book for myself. I don't blink when I schedule a training for myself. I have coaches in all different areas, and I will say it has paid for itself and then some, from the connections of people I've met, the opportunities that have opened up, and also my personal wealth and ability to understand what my worth is and opening up myself bigger for bigger opportunities to make more money. It's fascinating to me how it truly works over and over again, and I am a personal testimony to that. So if you think about a river, how money flows, I just want you to think about how a river and money flows. If you block that flow, it becomes stagnant like a pond, and a pond stagnant is like death. It's gross. But if you release that block, it's gonna flow and nurture everything and feed everything and grow it. So think about in your life, where do you have it blocked off and where are you blocking the energy of money flowing? I had a great conversation with someone a couple of days ago. We had a coffee and she was planning to not go on this conference. She had booked the room. She wanted to go. She was already participating, and it's a big deal to go to this meeting, and you're going to meet and network with all different people that will definitely help your business and grow. Her husband said, you should go. And she's like, I don't have any business on the books. My only thing I have is closing in May, and I really don't want to spend the money for a ticket. And every ticket I've seen is like all this money. And I said, that's a bunch of crap, because I know tickets to the city is very cheap right now. Sure enough, I found it. And I said, you're going to be having major FOMO, fear of missing out, if you don't go, because what's going to happen is you should be there. You book the hotel room and you are blocking your energy and you're having a scarcity mindset. And we sat there and talked about it. And sure enough, she's like, you're right. I'm going to book it. And as soon as she said that out loud, this is how fast it works. She literally got a text from another agent that she won the offer. And this is crazy. And I'm not going to say who the name is. So if you're watching this video, I love it. I'm using you in my video because it happened literally like 2 days ago. So I thought this is the most amazing video to show. It's like, you just have to release and know that opportunity is going to show up for you. That's just an actual example. And I just love sharing it. Some actionable tips if you really struggle with this and you're like, this is like a whole idea and concept you're still trying to get your head around. Trust me, it takes baby steps. Give yourself grace and compassion, and knowing that I even struggle with it sometimes. I have to remind myself, I am abundant. Like literally my mission is I expand in abundance, love and grace as I inspire others to do the same. So part of my mission is sharing this and understanding that we are abundant, not just in money, and time is abundant and love is abundant. And there's so much abundance in our life, but we have to focus on that instead of the ugly and the scarcity, because it's so easy to focus on what we don't have and what we don't want, right? So some actionable tips are budget. Don't say I don't have the money or I can't do this. Don't use those languages. Just say it's not in my budget right now, but it will be. Budget with intention if something's really important to you. So if you make a promise to go on a trip with your family and you really want to do it, then budget with that intention. Set aside some money for that, because if you know your money's going, you don't cling to it. You know it's being allocated, guided to where you want it to go, which is like another beautiful way of allowing flow. Second would be invest in yourself. I talked about it before and I will talk about it again over and over and over again. One of my best investments ever was signing up for Tom Ferry Coaching, which I am now a coach for, in real estate arena specifically. Amazing for real estate. And then I went one step further. I went deeper, and now I'm a Tony Robbins coaching client, a plat partner. Costs a bajiggle of money, but worth every penny, every single penny, I will tell you. It's my second year now with the organization, and my mind is blown every time I'm in that space. That's why people pay that much for higher education. It's about the connections, about what you're learning. You're investing in yourself. You are your biggest investment. You can never fail in investing in yourself. Give generously. I know this is kind of counterintuitive when you're like, I don't have any money to give. Donate. If someone needs something, say yes, I'll sponsor it. Even if you can only give $5 or $1, give something. And if you truly feel like your heart to give, every time I've given, it has always come back to me 50-fold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. And I know so many other people that donate so generously also feel the same. So I know I'm not the only one speaking that, but if you're someone that's a little stingy and scroogey, open up. Try giving a little bit more and you might be surprising. Give your time. Giving time is just as much as giving money. It's giving. It's in a place of gifting, abundance, saying I'm abundant so I can give and share. Kind of like we teach children to share their toys. It's no different than that, right? The last thing would be to practice gratitude. I think that's like gratitude almost like solves everything. It's crazy, right? Also with this, with that mindset of gratitude, it's just like being so grateful for you where you are now. Everything you have today, I guarantee you prayed for at some point in your life. I know I do. I live in a beautiful home. I prayed to have this home years ago. I prayed to have a camera that I'm filming this on. I prayed to have lighting. I prayed to have a business that I could do videos on. I prayed to have the family that I have to be able to do all the wonderful things for. So everything I have, my business, the ability to coach clients, to share, to earn what I do, all the experience I have, I definitely prayed for. And I'm so grateful for every single piece of that. So daily gratitude is something that is a key piece in so many pieces of our lives, but 100% when you're trying to get more abundance and have more money in your pocket. So that's something that you can handle. Like journaling is another way to practice gratitude or set your intentions. I also love doing meditations. I don't know if you're into meditating, but that would be a number 5, is to dabble into a little bit of money meditation. Bob Proctor has an abundance meditation. If you Google it on YouTube, you can find it, Bob Proctor. And also Joe Dispenza, one of my favorites, has a beautiful 1-hour abundance meditation. That's a doozy, but I tell you, every time I do that meditation, I'm going to give you a little antidote. I did it this past weekend. I had some time on Saturday. I told everybody, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I said, listen up, I'm doing my meditation, leave me alone. I locked my door, put on my phone on airplane mode even, so nothing would come through. Played this meditation with my AirPods in. It's about an hour. And when I came out of that deep meditation, I felt calm, rejuvenated, rested, just in a great, peaceful state. I just felt incredibly abundant. I did. And I opened my door, and sure enough, there was a FedEx folder waiting for me with a check to me on Saturday. FedEx doesn't usually come on Saturday. I just thought that was fascinating. One time I've done that abundance meditation and we had a check waiting from us for a return from the IRS. And I was like, again, my husband said, keep doing your abundance meditation. It's working. I probably need to do it more often than just 1 hour. So it's not all woo-woo. It's definitely energy and putting it out into the universe about how you want to attract and receive. And it's going to meet your vibration 100%. So that's a huge piece to do it. So I'm just curious, comment below. I'm just curious on your turn. How do you feel about attracting money? Do you think you're scarce about it, or do you believe money is abundant and education abundant? I'm just curious, because if this resonates with you, please hit a like and subscribe and let me know if you want more content about energy, money, abundance, all that great stuff. I'd love to keep doing content on this as well, because it's a huge piece of balancing life and business and everything we do, especially for women. I think women are there and are always willing to give everything for everybody else but take for ourselves. Part of abundance is being full yourself and loving yourself and giving yourself a bunch before you give to others too. So give generously to yourselves, time, love, grace, and I think the abundance will flow. Cheers to you and making more money and being abundant, and I'll see you on the next time.